Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live. What number are we at today? We're at number 267 today. For this Thursday, February 26th, I'm your host, Rod, here in cloudy Philadelphia today. Do we got the Philadelphia cam? We do. Oh boy, it's the Philadelphia cam is working. How you guys doing today? I hope you guys are having good weather where you are. Hope it's not too cold. Hope you guys are not getting snow if you're in the Northeast. I didn't get any snow overnight, so I'm doing pretty good. No shoveling needs to be done today. I'm here with some of my really good friends in the chat. I really appreciate you guys for being here. Big shout out to the chat crew. What do we got here? We got the Air Horns going over the chat crew. We got Aaron here. We got The Rock. We got Dr. Ling. We got Rob. How you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing good. As always, if you have anything concerning to throw in the chat, feel free to do so. Again, this is Rants About Tech Live, where we talk about tech news, eInk news, and we talk about random stuff throughout the our time together. We do this Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. to kind of whenever. So if you're up and available at that time, consider joining us. For those who are watching the replay. This blizzard has thankfully kept me working from home this whole week. Wow. Listen, working from home is good. Working from home can be great. It can be great. So big up to Dr. Lane from working from home this week. We got a couple good things to talk about today. A few good things to talk about today. I saw Jay's comment at the end of yesterday's show, yesterday morning. I didn't see it until after everything was done. It's going to be 80 in Houston today. Get the F out of here. You are lying. Aaron. It's not going to be 80 degrees in Houston. Stop playing. I saw Jay at the end of the show, so big up to Jay. Jay likes the new camera view. We got it even wider today. We got the mouse. Listen, I'm experimenting. to see how this goes. BM, good morning to you, sir. How's it going? You can see my whole dab right now. Oh my, how's my dab form? Is my dab form okay? I haven't worked on it because I didn't, typically you can't see the dab, but good morning. Maybe we'll get to work remote tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Well, we're supposed to be getting some more snow here. I'm not exactly sure when that's supposed to happen, but I think maybe Sunday we're getting some more snow. But regardless, if you're getting snow, again, be careful if you're out there shoveling, okay? we're men and women of a certain age, all right? We need to be careful out there. Get your hydration in, even though it's cold. Parm, how's it going? Good morning. 71 here today. Where are you guys in California? 71 degrees? It's already 70. High 84. Listen, when you get a high of 84 in February, I don't care what state you're in. That doesn't sound good, okay? That doesn't. Global warming is what it sounds like, okay? That's what it sounds like here. But we're not even getting that much snow like we used to. Snow is not what it used to be, even in the Northeast, so. That is crazy. Absolutely. That's crazy. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into some of the intro stuff. Like I said, I saw Jay's comment at the end of yesterday's show. So if you guys are liking the new perspective, I really appreciate it. I like the new perspective too. It gives me a little more character. You can see my hands moving. Okay. What's going on? One of my favorite tech shows has gone to crap. Listen. Far be it from me to say what's crap and what's not. Okay. I'm just a purveyor of truth, okay, and honesty. But I need a new tech news show to listen to. This is the tech news show I listen to now. And if this is the best the internet has to offer, God help us. Okay, God help us. I may need to take this a little more serious than what I'm taking it, because there's nothing. If you guys got a good tech show or podcast that you like listening to, throw it in the comments here. Throw it in the chat. I mean, listen, I don't know what's happened to all my great tech shows. They've all gone to crap. You know what it is? You know what it is. I know exactly what it is. What tech show was this? It was called. I used to get a lot of my tech news from this show. I used to listen to this podcast in the morning before I do stuff. Like I can't stomach it anymore. Anyway, it was called it's by a guy named Tom Merritt. And I love Tom Merritt. I really do. I love Tom. And when I say love, it's not like, oh, You're just saying this because you feel. No, I really genuinely feel like I love Tom because Tom has been a part of my life for a very long time. He is literally what got me into tech, and I contribute my better and higher understanding of technology to Tom Merritt. He used to work at CNET. He left CNET he used to do a show called Buzz Out Loud with his then co-host. I may need a co-host for the Daily Show. That'd be weird. But his then co-host, Molly Wood. You guys remember Buzz Out Loud back in the day? My tech show is same as yours. RAT. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, that's what I'm saying. If my tech show is the best tech show on the internet, then there's something wrong. I probably need to take this a little more serious. But Tom Merritt, he left CNET. He did a whole bunch of things, and he landed at Twit, which I thought was a bad fit for him, and he eventually left Twit, and which was what I thought he should have done. I don't think he ever should have gone to Twit. No knock against him. No knock against Twit. I like Twit. I like Tom Merritt. The marriage of them two together, not good. Okay, clearly it wasn't. He left after a little while. But the point being that he started his own show called Daily Tech News Show, and man, I love that show. But the problem is, CNET used to be the best place for tech reviews. Now, not so much. Absolutely. For real. He eventually started his own show, Daily Tech News Show, which is going on right now. He's done many variants of it, and he does really good stuff over there. But the problem, I think, the reason why my favorite tech show has gone to crap, I think what it is that he's handed the reins over. He's done so well, right? He's been doing it for a very long time. I don't know how long he's been doing the Daily Tech News Show. Because that's his independent thing. He left big companies and he did his independent thing after a while. So, the hell, cat hair? But in doing so, he's been doing that for a while, and he figured out a way to financially pay for it, and so he can get paid. He has a Patreon that people really support Tom Merritt, through his Patreon and through other avenues as. Listen, I don't know where this cat hair at the corner of my eye is coming from, but it's starting to bother me. My bad, chat. So, but he's gone independent, and I was pulling for him so bad. Like, I hope he does well, by himself, doing his own thing. I finally got it. But he's he's done so well over the years to where he's now taking a more backseat role to the show, right? And it doesn't have that. It doesn't have that feel anymore. That's Tom Merritt touch, and that's to be expected. I don't fault him for doing what he's doing, and I don't fault the show at all. I'm just, it's not the same. I'm listening to people who I can't stand the sound of their voice. If you can't stand the sound of my voice, I'm sorry. I really try to vary it. I try to do inflections. You know what I'm saying? I try to take it the low tone. You know what I mean? And then I try to raise it high when I'm talking. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do different things. But the point is, it doesn't have the touch anymore. So it doesn't do it for me anymore. And I just can't. The show just annoys me now. So I'm like, I need something else to listen to. So if you guys got a good tech news show that you guys like listening to, throw it in the chat, so you can put your boy on to something good, and I'll let you know whether I liked it or not in a subsequent video. He was and is the best, Tom. Love to Leo as well. And Olivia Munn. Oh my God, I forgot about Olivia Munn. Olivia Munn used to be on Tech TV, I think it was. I've watched and have been like a member of so many tech shows and outfits that it's like all of these people are like family to me, even though I've never met them. Yeah, we do need your eInk reviews back. I miss those, no doubt. I'm, you know what? I was going to say at the top of the show too that now, literally, I've got no printers going right now. I did my last test print last night, and I'm like, there's no testing to be done now. It's just about making things look pretty, taking pictures, getting the website going, and just manufacturing, right? And that's easy compared to what I've been doing, like day in, day out testing. Talking to people, manufacturing, vendors, redesigns, modeling, because I don't do my modeling anymore. I gave that up. I hired a guy to do modeling. So I have a modeling guy. And so now I just hand the designs to him. He models them for me. So now there's nothing there's no testing, right? And that's been a huge part of my life for like the last 8 months. And now I'm just like, okay, I got time to make videos. I got time to do a lot of stuff. So now a lot of my projects that I've been talking about to you guys over the past few months or so are about to start happening here. Just because I have the time. Testing and R&D takes so much time, effort, money, and energy. Like literally R&D and testing is all I've been doing. And it's like consumed me. But to me, I have to get tunnel vision on something to complete it because that gives me the best insight to that thing. Once I've lived with a thing consistently for a while, I start to see it and understand it on a whole different level. My understanding of things go through the roof if I have some unabated time to spend with it. And I need that. And I had to do that in college too. I found out about myself in college when I had to really buckle down. I'm like, okay, you need to just sit with something. Stop doing everything else. Just sit with this. But anyway, but why male models? Memories music is playing. Oh, Memories music is playing. Oh boy. Is it? Oh, did I hit the memory music? He was and is the best time. Do we need your eInk reviews back? Yep. Memories music is playing, no doubt. But why male models? Male models for what, Dr. Lane? Let me go back up here. But why male models? Oh, not models. Not like that. Come on, I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there, no doubt. No doubt. Okay, so, but beyond that, so I'm definitely going to get back to making videos. I'm definitely going to get to doing the Discord stuff that I've been talking about doing for the longest time. And if you're new here, I ramble at the beginning of the show before we get to tech news. I'm sorry. This is just something that happens. So if you're new, my apologies. So yeah, so I'm going to get to all of those smaller projects that I've been talking about doing. Also, the store on the Discord is coming very soon. And the store on the Discord is also going to be a spot where people can post their devices for sale. So what's going to happen is I'm going to have a forum for sale devices. Once you put the device in the forum to be sold, I'll then take that information and put that in the store. So then what we can do is once the sale goes through or whatever, people can get paid via their PayPal or Venmo, or we'll come up with something that everyone's comfortable with. You know what I mean? Because that's a huge part of this is comfortability. I want it to be done in a way that people feel like, okay, I feel secure doing that the transaction that way. So forum, then store, and then people can get paid via their social, whatever they use, whatever. Listen, chat, I have no idea, none, as to what just happened. Can we get that? There we go. I have no idea what just happened, chat, but we're going to continue. All right, so moving on. My OBS has been doing crazy stuff lately. I think I need to go ahead and update it. I think that's what's happening. I've been postponing the update of OBS for so long. It's like, okay, we warned you. We warned you. We gave you forewarning. So just deal with the consequences. All right. So moving on to the next thing we got to talk about here is going to be I tried Fumed Silica in Resin yesterday, and I failed miserably. So if you don't know what Fumed Silica is, let's take a look at Fumed Silica. I did it because Fumed Silica. There we go. I did it because can we look at some images of this? This stuff is, oh my God, it's nasty stuff. Here's a good image of Fumed Silica right there. It looks like a cloud. I'm not going to lie. It looks like a cloud that you can hold in your hand. The powder is so fine. But anyway, it's a filler agent used for resin to thicken, but I also heard that a side effect of that is that it turns surfaces matte and tacky so that they stick to surfaces. Hint, tech feet. I've been trying to find something an additive that will add that sticky tackiness to my tech feet. So when it's on the bottom of tablets, you can sit it on the surface and it doesn't move, like how rubber reacts to surfaces, right? That's the kind of feel I'm going for. The material I'm using right now has that kind of feel, but a bigger thing is that I wanted to add that distinct feel to it. Someone told me this would work. Well, not someone, AI, and I was lied to. It didn't. Well, maybe it does work in certain ratios, but the ratio I had to use was a ratio that made it like cake batter. And if you have ever looked at 3D printing resins, it's hard to print cake batter to use that consistency for resin. Too thick. So I had to thin it out. And I think maybe that thinning out led to me not having the result I wanted, because I didn't feel any tackiness above and beyond what was on my tech feet before. And it's not, this stuff is, I opened the top, a little bit hit the air, and I almost instantly felt irritation in my lungs from this stuff. So if you're ever going to use this stuff, play around with it, try it. Be careful. Respirator, N95 mask, okay? Wear gloves. Take precautions, because this stuff is, it acts quickly and is a big irritant. All right, so last thing for the intro, global availability for electronics. Theme of the show today. I'm just thinking, how do you guys feel about the global impact of getting electronics with the great ramification that's going on right now? Listen, I've been eyeing this printer. I've got 3 printers here. I don't need another printer, but this printer is the one that I really want after, learning what I know about 3D printing over the last year and some change. I've learned a few things. And now that I know exactly what I want out of a printer, I can be more specific in what I'm looking for in the current lineup of printers. I found a printer that I want. This thing is amazing. Let's take a look at it. This is the printer I want right here. And it's an amazing printer. It's not the most expensive printer on the market. It's not the most expensive printer on the market. It's not where are we at here? There we go. It's not the most expensive printer on the market. It's green, which hurts me to my soul, because I wanted the orange. And it's got features that I don't care about, and there's been money and R&D put into it for features I don't care anything about. But it's got a few things that I really like, that I really need for what I'm doing, it's really perfect for what I'm doing. And I was like, you know what? I can hold off on this. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and not worry about that printer right now. Then I started checking the volumes. Then I started checking out how many of these things are in stock on the manufacturer's website. 0. Then I go to Amazon and check out how many they have on their site. They had 10 3 days ago. You know how many they have now? 2. I'm like, oh. Can I afford to wait? Like I was reading a story, and this goes for almost everything, right? This goes for almost everything, not just the 3D printers, but what's like, we don't know what electronics and the cost and availability is going to be like 2 months from now. As crazy and volatile as tariffs have been over the last week. And I'm just like, oh man. Then I started reading a remarkable article. We're going to talk about that remarkable article here in a few at the bottom of the show. The person who wrote that, it's a really thoughtful article. I'm going to put that article is it in the links? That article is in the link of the show. So if you want more information about anything I talk about today, I put links in the description of the show if you want to go and get more information and detailed and do a deep dive of your own on any particular topic. One of those stories I linked in there is the article about the remarkable. Very good article. I would if you are eInk enthusiasts, definitely take even if you don't like remarkable, it's an awesome article written by people who do technology reviews and technology articles. So they're not like in the eInk subculture, which I read it thinking that I was going to be blasting them on here for their dumb comments, but it was a really insightful and thoughtful article on the Remarkable as a brand. But they said something in that article I thought was interesting, and it kind of applies to what I'm talking about now, which is product availability. So one of the things they mentioned in the article is the price of the Remarkable, and how if you think the price is bad, and that's the reason you're not pulling the trigger on it, you may want to pull the trigger and reconsider later, because we don't know what the market and the availability is going to be like later because of everything that's going on. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that is a good point. Not just for the Remarkable products, but that's a good point for the electronics industry as a whole. We don't know what's going to happen. Like there hasn't been this much uncertainty in electronics since like the pandemic, to me. Like with the great ramification going on, and then supply shortage. They're talking about these rare earth elements that are people are trying to find more of because of how many industries are using them now and everything. I don't know. I don't know if anyone can afford to wait on something that you want. If you think the price is high right now, just wait. Wait after the last printer have found the printer you need. Yep. Wait after the last printer you now have found the printer you need. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you say wait. That's a good point. But you know what? I might be keeping the Form 4. Because, you know, I was kind of swayed by a few other comments that people were making about industrial printers. And I realized the Form 4 is probably the best industrial printer. I don't like the company. I'm not, my attitude towards them as a company has not changed. But my attitude towards the printer has a small bit. Similar market conditions to video cards and crypto a few years back. Absolutely, The Rock. And it just makes me wonder, you know, about what's going to happen. And I'm just like, oh man, I'm waiting on a lot of stuff, but I'm like, I may need to do what I got to do to get this thing in hand now and sell it if the price rises and I don't like it. Cause man, with availability being what it is right now, and with prices going up all the time, I didn't even realize the Remarkable Paper Pro had gone up $50 in price or $60 in price since its launch. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, man, everything is going up. So yeah, sodium batteries are coming for car lithium, and rare earth costs are sky. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Switching battery types, BM, is leading to this switch to these rare earth elements that people weren't using for batteries before, and not just batteries, right? Batteries might be the biggest thing, actually. That might be the biggest thing. FOMO is real, LOL, says Parmesan. Yeah, absolutely. FOMO is real. I don't want to miss out on that printer. As ugly as it is, as ugly as that thing is. But you know what? There are some similarities between this and the Form 4. The build plate is the same. The VAT is almost the same. Yeah, they got some similarities there. There's quite a few similarities. Heated VAT. Actually, the VAT isn't heated. They got a different mechanism there. But through any event. All right. So how many people did I lose? Oh, we gained some. So thank you for joining me, you guys. We do the tech news. We do eInk news. We do random stuff throughout the day here. So if you consider joining us, I appreciate it. We do this Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever. Give me a like if you're liking the show so far, and subscribe if you have not done so thus far. All right. Now on to the tech news. All right. What do we got here? First thing up on the tech news is Samsung Unpacked. I wanted to tell you guys that this was coming up, but I totally forgot to mention it the last show. But here we go with some details about what they released. Now, I'm slowly becoming a Samsung fanboy. I'm not gonna hold you. I've been using this thing right here for a little bit, and I've been seeing how nice it is and how sexy it is too. This is an older phone too. It's still sexy. Got the pin. Wacom. Throw a crystal nib in that thing. Whoa, let me see. Can you? What we got here? Oh, that is a standard EMR nib in there too. It's Stop playing with it. All right, moving on. First story we got up here is going to be a Samsung Unpacked, and we're going to talk about the Galaxy S26, and I think their Earbud 4 too. Earbuds 4 also. All right, let's get to the details here. Can we get down here to a graphic? Because that might be nice. Bam, there we go. Those are the phones right there. The South Korean tech giant has lined up. Oops, let's back up a little bit more. Samsung's Galaxy Unpacked event in San Francisco on Wednesday saw the Korean tech giant unveil its new S26 series of Galaxy smartphones, a pair of new earbuds, and talk a lot about AI assistants and agents, which chunked full of agents. So let's talk about the Galaxy S26 first. So we got 3 variants, as you can see here. The South Korean tech giant has lined up 3 new smartphones for the year. The Galaxy S26 Ultra, which is over here on the left. The Galaxy S26 Plus, one in the middle. And the Galaxy S26, the one on the right here. All of which feature iterative updates compared to their predecessors. As a flagship, the S26 Ultra comes with Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 processor, a 6.9-inch QHD Plus display, and a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Samsung says the phones can charge from 0% to 75% in 30 minutes. That's crazy. And a 60-watt charger, and supports the S Pen stylus that we just showed there. It's greatness. Samsung said while the S26 Ultra wide 200 megapixel and telephoto 50 megapixel lenses retain the same pixel count as its predecessor, the new wide camera has a bigger aperture of f1.4, which coincidentally, you're seeing f1.4 on your boy right now via Sigma 16 mil. f1.4 on the Sony a6700. Stop playing with them. All right, so Samsung said while the S26 Ultra wide, we already got there. The Galaxy S26 starts at $899, $100 more than last year's model. The Galaxy S26 Plus starts at $1,099, also $100 more than last year's model. And the Galaxy S26 Ultra starts at $1,200. We won't even talk about how much more that is. But privacy display. That's one of the features. One of the big features on this new phone is privacy display. We talked about privacy display on this show maybe 3 weeks ago. Besides the hardware upgrade, Samsung has made a neat update to the S26 Ultra display. And we may be able to see an example of this down here. Somewhat. That prevents people around you from reading what's on your screen. Users can choose to hide certain parts of the screen, like the notification area or the password field in login forms, or all of it. The privacy display can be configured for each app as well, so you can dictate what's going on individually on each app. Some more features of the new phone are all the AI features we have, which is all the agentic support that we were talking about at the top of this report. Native Uber support with AI as well, so you can just tell Gemini, hey, hail me an Uber, and it'll do it. Gathering meal orders from group chats is another thing one of the agents will do for you. I mean, the list goes on. We won't get into all of that, but that's some of the most stunning stuff. Prompt-based photo editing, so that's nothing new. Most everyone has that right now, but they also have native Perplexity integration to do stuff like set alarms, take notes, as well as power its browser's search capabilities. I think that's cool. I think that's very cool. Perplexity is going off. Right now. Next up, we got the Galaxy Bud 4s. Let's see what we got here. Now, we showed these too on a show. And when I saw the first pictures of these, and I thought, that's when I started thinking about switching to Samsung. Because I'm like, I love their design. I mean, their stuff has always been good, right? As far as functionality, it's perfectly passive. And they throw everything at the wall. And they don't even care if it sticks or not. We're using it. So you get that aspect of it too. I don't like all the bloatware. I don't like some of the bloatware that comes on the phones, but I'm learning to deal with that. But I do like the design of all of their stuff right now. They can't miss when it comes to design right now. The Rock says privacy screen for only parts of the screen. That's kind of cool. Yes. Very cool. What else we got here? Let's get to some of the details for these earbud 4s. Samsung has also released 2 new earphones. The they're not earbuds, Galaxy Bud 4 and the Galaxy Bud 4 Pro. These earphones have a flatter stem design than their predecessors and are rated IP54 and IP57. Someone knows what that means. Hit me up in the chat. Let me know. What are we talking about? Someone described that to me because I didn't know exactly. Dust and water. One is dust and one's for water. What? Let me know. Which one of you guys corrected me the last time? Samsung says the Buds 4 Pro has a new 11mm woofer, which widens the speaker's area by 20%. The Pro models also feature a slightly longer battery life, without the case compared to the regular version. The Bud 4s are priced at $179, with the Bud 4 Pros costing $250. I'd pay $250 for that because I pay $200 for Google's earbuds now, and they're nowhere near as cool looking. And all these things are pretty good, right? I mean, negligible in the performance arena, but design is where they separate themselves to me right now, and added quality of life features. That is cool too. All right, what else we got in the chat? Nothing. Let's go on to the next story here. Next up, we got Adobe. What? Oh, that's not what bam, there we go. Next up, we got Adobe FireFly. So this is cool because it's something that edits video. Now, I always say the best use of AI is AI that you use as a tool, not as a creation engine. In my opinion, generative AI has its places. I don't think it has its places in creativity. But who am I? I still use it that way sometimes too. So, it's a tool to me. It's a tool to me that I use to further my own inspiration, my own ideas. But anyway, this is a tool that's cool because it seemingly gives you a first draft of your video. So it'll slice up and edit up things in your video to give you a first draft, so you can go on to put the finer defining touches on your video. Now, we're going to get into the details here in a second, but my problem with any of this AI editing tools, and I've tried a few, is that if you guys have seen my edited videos, you know that my cuts are super precise. I cut at certain moments. I leave in certain uncomfortable silent moments for a reason. I leave pauses in for dramatic effect. You know what I'm saying? And I think AI will just cut all that out indiscriminately. You know what I'm saying? I think it would just those little moments that make what I'm saying hit or not hit comes in the cuts, in my opinion, right? Those little things like that. And I think AI will cut those moments out, and they would be left on the cutting room floor, and I wouldn't have access to them. Or I would have access to them, but then it would create more work for me trying to put those moments back in. You know what I'm saying? It's just that thing. Leaving in room to breathe. Yeah, exactly. There you go. There you go. It's like sometimes you need that, right? To separate what's happening from something else. Sometimes you need a really abrupt cut for dramatic effect, and that's a technique in and of itself. But an abrupt cut shouldn't be the rule of thumb. And granted, you probably can go in and customize some of these parameters and say, make the cuts before silence, after 2.6 seconds, and then pick up 5 seconds after. You could probably go in there and do something like that, but that's a catch-all thing, and the moments are so subtle, so that catch-all wouldn't be beneficial for every moment, right? It takes away from the feel of your video. Absolutely, Aaron. And that's what the finer, and not just me, right? These are things for all creators, and all creators have certain little nuances in their editing process that makes their video editing unique to them, right? And makes their video unique to them. When you take that away, now it's just AI slop. But I do have faith in this, though. I don't have faith in it right now. I don't have faith in that this editing tool is not going to go too far. I have faith in the fact that in the future, we're going to have software that literally will be able to give us a first draft that's usable in the style of how we do things, kind of like how AI will copy artistic styles now and drawings and just generated imagery, right? Just how you can say, give me a Studio Ghibli style, whatever, and AI will give you that style of thing. I think AI will get to a point to where it will learn your style, right? And give you something usable based on your style. We're not there yet, but I think that's where we're going to get to with this. And then it will be good. I think it will be good then. At least at giving you a first draft. Like making good music. It takes away, yep, definitely. Like making good music. You need time to breathe. And Jay says it all the time. Let the beat breathe. You know what I mean? Let the beat breathe. I also hate the AI generated thumbnails. I am so tired. Can we talk about that? Let's get big here for a second. I am so tired of the AI generated thumbnails. You know what I mean? It's like they're looking 30 years younger in the picture. You know what I'm saying? Like their skin is super smooth, looking like a plastic Ken doll with lighting effects on both sides. With something weird happening, like listen, I've been tired of YouTube thumbnails for I'm so tired of this face. I'm so tired of that. Or this. Or this right here. I am so tired of that, man. Come on, be somewhat unique, be somewhat interesting. Like, I'm okay with AI thumbnails. I just don't like the cliche AI thumbnail. I like the AI thumbnail where someone really genuinely had a thumbnail idea and was like, blah, 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 this, that, and the third, and do it this way. And it looks like something normal. Not like AI spit it out after thousands of iterations. Same on AI thumbnails. I have a Korean creator buddy, and his AI thumbnails look really weird. You can tell that the model was trained on non-POC. Oh my goodness. Ha on the Kevin McAllister thumbnail. Dude, I'm so tired of these. I've been tired of YouTube thumbnails, but I'm really tired of the YouTube AI thumbnails. Although, you know what? If you can't beat them, join them. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get into this Adobe FireFly details here. Adobe wants its new AI video tool to make it easier to get your initial timeline set, which will be helpful to a lot of creators, right? FireFly Video Editor's new Quick Cut AI tools does exactly that. It takes all your raw video footage and pops out a fresh, rough cut. The AI tool is very dialogue driven, so it's best for formatting reviews and interviews. In a demo, Adobe senior staff designer David Werner showed me how easy it is to use, and this is coming from the writer of this particular article on, where are we getting this article from? This is a CNET article. He uploaded all the A-roll and B-roll footage he sorted for a review of a new gaming headset. Typing a prompt asking FireFly to create a video review focusing on specific prompts and cons. Can we get some? There we go. Prompts on specific pros and cons and selected specs, including a duration and aspect ratio. So he dictated the aspect ratio and how long the video should be. That's kind of cool. 2 minutes later, he had a usable first cut of his review. The AI tool on FireFly's beta video editor. If Premiere Pro is for experts, then FireFly Video Editor is for everyone else. And I disagree with that. Particularly social media creators who don't need the most detailed editing tools. Now, I do agree with like short form content. I think AI editing is really good for short form content. Because there you only want the meat and potatoes anyway, right? And just as long as you can fit as much information into that 60 seconds as you can, which to me, I think 3 minute shorts, it's not short, it's a video at that point, like, right? You know what I'm saying? But a minute short is for me. And I'm like, you're trying to throw as much information as you can into there. So I can get behind AI generating shorts. That's probably the most I would be able to allow AI to assist me in video editing. You can gain access with a FireFly subscription, which starts at $10 a month. Quick Cut is also available now globally, so you can get access to this through a subscription. And that's accessible, right? You can, easy to barrier to entry. Try it if you like it. If you don't have to keep subscribing. The goal with Quick Cut isn't to create a perfect video with AI. It's to cut out the tedium of creating the first draft, said Mike Foldner, Senior Director of Product Management at Adobe. You'll have to double check the AI's work and add final touches. Let me get rid of this. There we go. And add final touches. You'll have to double check AI's work and add final touches such as captions and titles, and smooth out the video's rough edges. Creators may be okay with letting AI help with a first effort, but it's those final touches that are what makes a creator's brand, he said, and those you may want to implement yourself. Which, like I just said, those things are what you want to implement. But I think even this would cut out those moments or detract from that feel. I think even just this amount of help. But that's just me. More on other AI tools or in this particular story. If you want to check those out, I have the story linked in the description of this video. So they talk about tons of other AI tools they have, but this was the most relevant to me. So I want to kind of dive into deeper detail with that. But yeah, I don't know if it's there yet. I think we'll get there with these kind of tools. I just don't think they're there yet. But we got to start somewhere, right? Got to start somewhere. I use FireFly for small things. I would rather edit my own content myself. Absolutely. The reason why I tried AI editing tools, Aaron, is because, as you probably know, I have a backlog of videos that I just haven't edited yet, and because I'm always creating content. The editing though, so I was like, okay, either I hire an editor to just cut it up and get rid of the fluff, or I'd put AI on it and say, can you do this? And I thought, well, let's try AI. And that didn't work. The cuts just weren't information that I thought was interesting and informative. Things, funny little things that are just nuanced, funny things it didn't think were funny or relevant at all would cut. No, I was like, no, we can't do this. I'm okay with use of AI. Make an initial layout draft, then go back and refine. No problem with that. Might take out half the time. Possibly. But again, when I have to spend time trying to recover the nuanced moments that it cut out, you know what I'm saying? 50-50. All right, let's go on to the next story we got here. This story is going to be about Alexa Plus and Amazon adding new 3 personality types to this particular software. So let's talk about the details here. Amazon announced Wednesday that it is adding 3 styles to its generative AI assistant, with the idea that you will want the app to respond with the same kind of mood that you're in. The 3 new personality types are brief, chill, and sweet. Brief garners shorter, more direct responses. Chill results in an easygoing and relaxed energy to every interaction. And choosing sweet means Alexa Plus acts like your biggest cheerleader, responding with genuine warmth and enthusiasm. I think that's just AI right now in general, if you ask me. Oh, look, not bad. Let's go back here. I think that's AI in general, if you ask me right now. The new personality styles are available on Alexa Plus, which is free for Amazon Prime subscribers. So I may be trying this. Who is this? Oh yeah. So we have a quote from the person who wrote the article here, just talking about their experiences. So this is not my experience. This is coming from the perspective of the person who wrote the article. In my testing, I found Alexa Plus to be very chatty, similar to how expressive ChatGPT can be. So I'm curious to see how these personalities can adjust the effects. Lacoma said, and this is the person writing the article. Personally, I would navigate towards the chill setting, since the current version of Alexa Plus can take too long to explain a recipe or the weather. But those interested in the sweet setting should keep in mind that Alexa Plus has cheerily lied to me before. I don't understand what that means. Like promising to do a task it can't do yet, probably in an effort to be too agreeable. I don't think that's just in a suite or setting. I think that's just AI in all and in general. I've been told by AI it can do tons of things it can't do. So, and I didn't have a setting. So I think that's just AI in general. But let's move on. Next thing we got up here is 10th anniversary of Stardew Valley. That's what's up. Stardew Valley, 10 years, man. 10 freaking years. Who thought? Right? Who thought this thing would be this big? Started out as a project from a guy graduating college. He just wanted to get practice coding. Started this whole little pixel generation thing. Oh my goodness. One-man crew created one of the most influential games in a decade. I like this. I absolutely love this. But anyway, today is going to be a premiere. We got 3 hours to the premiere of this new video they have. They're going to be showing some new features of the new update for Stardew Valley. And that's going to be at 10 p.m. Eastern time. I'm not sure what that would be in your area, but definitely check it out. I think it's going to be an interesting little video and something to take a look at. It's heartwarming in the cold weather, except if you're Aaron. You're already warm. You don't need heartwarming. You're hot as crap. It's 80 degrees down there. Freaking Texas. Oh, my goodness. All right, so, but anyway, any of you play Stardew Valley? Any Stardew Valley players in here? Apparently, it's, like I said, it's big. But it's a lot like Harvest Moon. So if you've played Harvest Moon, in so facto, there you go. Which is better? Who knows? Who knows? Last thing we got up here on the tech front is going to be about Honor's MagicPad for tablet. Oh, that's wrong one. Oh, what happened? Oh, there it is. Phew. It was in the wrong order. All right. So let's get into the details about this Honor Pad, which is, I hear, is it the thinnest? No, it's not thinnest. It's thinner, though. Let's talk about it. Honor Pad is now elaborating on what to expect from its next generation high-end Android tablet. To recap, the company announced the MagicPad 4 earlier this month. At that time, the company teased a few hardware features while also revealing what the tablet looked like. Now it has been confirmed by numerous sources that the aspects about the MagicPad 4, including a release date, hardware-wise specs, and the MagicPad 4 feature set. It will feature a 12.3-inch OLED display paired with Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 chipset. In summary, Honor has now confirmed the following hardware. It also has a 10,000 milliamp hour battery. That's crazy. 80% battery health after 16,000 charge cycles. Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, as we mentioned, 12 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage. And there's a version with 16 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage. It comes with a 13 megapixel rear facing camera and 9 megapixel front facing camera. And has an IP rating of 40, dust and water resistance. And that's that. The Honor Pad there. Let's take another look at that. It looks. I could have swore I read somewhere that it was the thinnest, but they don't mention that in this story, so maybe it's not the thinnest. I cannot believe how's it going? I cannot believe SDV has lasted this long. Still adore it. SDV. What are we? SDV. I'm lost. My bad. I'm very excited for the anniversary special. Oh, Stardew Valley. I'm very excited for the Stardew Valley anniversary video too. I'm definitely going to be coming for it. Stardew is my jam. Talk about a comfort game. Oh, actually, definitely comfort gaming. Oh, thanks, eInk. Big shout out to eInk for the super chat. Get the air horns going. Appreciate you. Absolutely. All right, so Honor, I hardly know her. But that's the last tech story for the day. I got some headlines here though. The headlines are going to be what the Anthropic AI safety saga is really all about. I have that linked in the description. Some more information I got about that. I didn't want to bring that story up because we talked about it earlier this week, and it's like a lot of rehashing, but some new tidbits in there. Mobile Claude code called remote control launches. Another thing there. Anthropic's not stopping. That Anthropic train is blasting through. They listen. Anthropic with Claude is becoming the de facto standard for AI bots in industry, without a doubt. Forever Chemicals linked to faster aging in men over 50. Listen, can I? Oh no, we're not gonna do that. I don't want to mess up anything. Forever Chemicals, advanced aging in men over. Come on now, why just men over 50? PFAS. Why are you targeting us? Why? We've done nothing. We're purveyors of the free world. You should be on our side. It's the young dudes. It's really not. But just why target us? Anyway, that's all they got. Let's get to the eInk news. Okay. First up in the eInk discussion. Again, I have all these things I talked about linked in the description of this show. So if you want more information, go to the description of the show and click your way through to whatever you're interested in down there. Also, while you're there, while you're clicking through down there, don't forget, while we're speaking about eInk, we got nibs on sale. Rantabouttech.com. If you're interested in ceramic nibs at all, we got you. We got a modified Supernote ceramic nib here that you can fit into most EMR styli. We got a crystal nib that you can fit into most EMR styli, and it also will fit the Norris if you like that variety of nib. And that nib will also fit Kaweco pins. So, yeah. And then we also have the modified Lamy. If you just don't want to do anything, you're just like, just give me a pin that already has the ceramic nib and a button. And that's high quality. That's going to be this thing right there. So rantsaboutTech.com, check it out if you are interested in that kind of thing. All right, moving on here to some eInk news. Now, first thing we got up in the eInkosphere, that's a thing. The eInkosphere is the Pro Stylus from MobiScribe. Now, I don't know why this is pro, because if you ask me, I mean, this is garbage. This is the garbage pen. So it's a new pen, but it's the most garbage pen they've ever made. The Pro pen is really this one right here. This limited edition concrete stylus, that's the Pro pen. Ceramic nib, actually made of concrete. Stop playing with them. Handmade. This is a dude sitting around a kiln. Hand making these pens. So, you should sell a ceramic Kaweco. Ooh, I am. I'm going to call it the most expensive EMR pen on the planet. That's going to be, I'm going to put it on the site and I'm going to sell it with every Kaweco attachment you can put on it. And it will literally be the most expensive EMR pen on the planet, especially after you throw a crystal nib in there. Now you got expensive, but nice. It's nice. I don't even use that anymore. I put that together. I put my Kaweco. Where is it at? Listen, I don't even use this thing anymore, chat. I don't even use this anymore. That's how highly I value this thing. This Kaweco right here, it don't get used. It just get admired. This is the most expensive. Oh, I took the thing out here. But this is the most expensive EMR pen on the market once you put all the accessories on it and you throw a crystal nib in it. Okay, you got something special right there. I got to do a video on that. I just built a new one, no doubt. I'm buying that one next week. The concrete pen is nice. Yeah, they don't have the black one anymore, which is what I wanted, but I'll take the terracotta. I compare this crystal nib to ceramic pots all the time, which is why I want the terracotta. I'm going to use the terracotta pen to explain. It's going to be nice. It's going to be the greatest correlation ever in history. All right, what do we got for eInk here? So in the eInk topics, we got first up, like I said, the MobiScribe here, and I think that I think that this is the pro pen. Absolutely. If you're looking for a pro MobiScribe pen, matter of fact, if you're looking for a pro pen altogether, this is a ceramic. It's 7-sided. I don't know if that's ergonomic or not, but it has some significance in certain markets. I don't know what that significance is, but it's something. They detail it down here. Where are we at? Oh, there we go. We've partnered with 22 Studio to produce a limited edition, limited run concrete stylus. Stylus has 7 sides. The number 7 represents a special digit, particularly associated with luck and circulation. Oh, bro, I could use better circulation. I ain't gonna hold you. I could use better circulation, so I might have to, you know what I mean? I'm gonna have to go get one of these. Hold that 7 sides. You know what I mean? Right between my toes. I'm assuming it's helping circulation where you're holding it. Dude, the thought of me holding a stylus in between my toes reminds me of a movie I saw where there was a painter who had to paint with their feet. I can't remember what the name of that movie was. And it's not that was funny. It's just the thought of me doing it was funny. I want to say there was a scene where the person was like naked, and all I could think of was like me naked on the floor with a stylus in between my toes. Like, oh, that's not a good visual, chat. That's not a good visual at all. Let's move on from that, actually. The next thing we got up here is going to be Stuff Your Kindle Day. Hooray! Look at this. Air horns going for Stuff Your Kindle Day. There we go. Stuff Your Kindle Day. All right. If you don't know, we celebrate Stuff Your Kindle Day here because anytime you can get free digital assets, it's a good day. Okay. Today's one of those days. Let's talk about some of the details here. And this may not be for everybody. Disclaimer. This may not be for everybody. And you'll see why in a second. Stuff Your Kindle Day tends to fall into one or two categories. Some events are live for a number of days, offering you the chance to take stock of your options and download at your leisure. Others live for only 24 hours, which adds a layer of intensity to the experience. The Sapphire Shelf Explosion, which is the one that's going on right now, falls into the latter category where you only have 24 hours. So today's the day, people, if you want any of this. Full disclaimer. Okay, remember that disclaimer. Not for everybody. Everything you download on Stuff Your Kindle Day is yours to keep, though, and there's no limit on the number of books you can download. Stuff Your Kindle Day downloads don't count towards the 20 books that Amazon Kindle Unlimited subscribers can borrow at the same time, too. So, you know, this doesn't count against your little... What do they call that? It doesn't count against your quota. No, that's not the word. That's definitely not the word I'm looking for. All right, so talking about the latest Stuff Your Kindle, though. The latest Stuff Your Kindle Day takes place on February 26th, which is today, and it is called the Sapphic Shelf Explosion. Hosted by Year of Queer Lit, they're offering free Sophic books for your e-reader in these subcategories. So we got romance, fantasy, historical fiction, mystery, erotica, contemporary, horror, psychological thriller, sci-fi /paranormal, and young adult to round out the list. This 24-hour giveaway hosted by Year of Queer Lit offers participants the chance to download hundreds of Sapphic books for free, or is it Sapphic or Sappic? I think it's Sapphic. Free or just 99 cents. And better yet, everything that you download is yours to keep forever. So if you're interested in that kind of content, today's your day. Today's your day. You go do it. All right, next thing we got up here is going to be on the eInk updates. It's going to be about mainstream remarkable. This is the article I was talking about, and I have linked in the description of this show. Again, links in the description of the show if you want more information on that. But this article right here is a very good read. It's a very good read. Even if you don't like remarkable, it's insightful in a lot of different ways. And very balanced. Like, it's very good. It's very good. If I grow up to be a writer, I want to write this way. It's a very good article. But let's get to some of the meat and potatoes. So I thought they were throwing shade on Remarkable at first because they were like, there are no apps, no web browser, no notifications. Remarkable treats every missing feature as a point of pride, which I thought was a very interesting comment to make and very true. You open the device and the screen is still quiet with no red badges pulling at your eyes. It reads EPUBs and PDFs, syncs with Google Drive, Dropbox, and OneDrive, and handles writing, sketching, and notebooks. That's the full feature set. After a week, the stiffness starts to feel like the whole product. If you've lost 2 hours to a quick email check on an iPad, you know why that restraint matters. And that's kind of why I was talking about I just used the Remove here as a tableside tablet to take down quick notes and not my phone notes anymore. Because that leads me going to all kinds of other apps, messaging, and all kinds of stuff that just sidetracks me from doing what I'm doing, taking the note that I want to take and getting back to doing what I was doing. What makes the price easier to process is this is one of the more fairer takes. What makes the price easier to process is how narrow the purpose is. 3 tasks define the entire product, which I thought was very interesting. I never thought about that in this way. Very insightful article, I'm telling you. Writing, reading, and organizing, which I totally agree with. This isn't a device trying to replace your laptop, tablet, and e-reader in one slab. The cost per function math works if those tasks eat your focus every day. No music player, no browser, no scroll traps. For a certain kind of buyer, that's not a compromise at all, or compromise if you're me. Remarkable priced this to signal confidence in its niche, not to chase mainstream volume, even though they are chasing, or even though they do have mainstream volume in the eInk space, I think. Anyway, very good article. Definitely check that out if you want a good read. And I think that's going to be it. We have a couple of Reddit things here, but we'll get to those another time because the show's already gone pretty long for today. Man, we got through it. Chat. Funny real world eInk helped a coffee roaster test coffees yesterday. He had a Remove and I had the Go 10.3. Both worked well, but he liked how much more space I had. Oh, that's funny. That's funny to rock. I wish I would come across somebody who was into eInk in the wild. That hasn't happened to me thus far. Actually, you know what? We will get into the last of these things here because that kind of prompted me. On the Reddit tip for eInk, we got the next Supernote should be small. And I agree with that. Me and Jay talk a lot about smaller devices, a little pocket thing that you can. The Palma's not it, okay? I know Aaron gets on me every time I say that, but the Palma's not it. The Palma, I've been wanting something like that. The Palma's good for what I want it to do, but it ain't that thing. It's not that small note taker. That's not it. There's too much going on, and it's not built for a small screen. I think if Supernote built a small screen device, the UI would be more tuned for that kind of form factor. I think they're the only ones. I think I might have said this before too. It sounds vaguely familiar to me. I think I might have said this. Is it still worth it? I've been waiting for Supernote to ship my Supernote for so long. I ordered it on the 11th of February. Bro, that's not really a long time. And they said they would be dispatching by the end of February, but I have asked their customer service team when they said they will be dispatching next week, if they would be dispatching next week, which is the beginning of March instead. Okay, that was a little weird to me. Listen, if you don't know I'm not AI, that should tell you right there. I should start giving a disclaimer. Rod is not AI. This is an all-human broadcast right here. Hence all the mistakes. Let's get back to it. Because I will be waiting for a week to deliver to my house. Wait for the Supernote, dude. Calm down. 2 weeks ain't even a long time, bruh. Calm down. Just calm down. And the holidays they was going through there just now, just calm down, bro. Calm down. Note Air 2 Plus and firmware 4.1.1 first impressions. I can't say enough about firmware 4.1.1 on the Boox platform. I can't say enough about it. I've been ranting and raving about it since they released it. It's so good. Some would say it's the best. Okay. Yesterday I received the firmware update to 4.1.1 on my Note Air 2 Plus. Here are my first impressions after the first day of use. My main use case is the Notes app. I love this dude. He's got me already. I used it daily. I use Neo Reader occasionally and also 2 other apps sporadically. Firmware 4.1.1 compared to 4.0.2 brings some very nice new features. Finally, the store icon can be removed from the function bar. Even better, you can now add any app to the function bar. There are 2 calligraphy pins. Yep. Lasso toolbar is now directly attached to the lasso selection. Tools at the side of selection, man. Bravo. One of my favorite features of any device. If you want to select an entire page, there's an additional lasso option. Love that. A very good improvement is the handwriting to text conversion. Okay. All new is the ability to rotate all selections. I don't think that's new. I've always been able to do that. Maybe not all selections. Yeah, rotation has been a staple for me, right? How about you guys? Also new is the ability to rotate. No, there we go. Tip: a long press activates text editing. Okay, who didn't know that, bro? The Notes app, you can redefine different toolbars. This can be useful if you want to have different. Yeah. Each toolbar saves its own pins. I like that. The feature to limit battery charging to 80. I like that as well. So a lot of. He didn't mention the palm rejection improvements. Okay. Okay, he didn't mention none of that. He didn't mention none of the improvements to the tabs, to the outline. Come on, bro. 4.1 is the bee's knees. Okay. What do we got in the chat? If we're being fair, Remarkable might have the best UI for a pocket-sized note taker. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. No doubt, Aaron. You know what? You're right. I can't even argue that, Aaron. You're absolutely right. Excuse me. The Remarkable UI would be the best for a really small note taker because it's almost built for that. You're right, Aaron. You're absolutely right. Good catch. Good call. I don't need everything the Supernote and Boox UI offers. I heard the shade in your 4.1.1 take, LOL. Yeah, I did. Different strokes, I guess. Definitely do need the full tool set of Boox. Could honestly use more, says The Rock. Same here. There are use cases. I mean, for my use case for my Boox devices, nothing will be able to, cover for it. If I didn't have it, I'd be in a world of hurt. I'd have to find a different mode of doing things because there's no eInk device that could take its place. But that's one use case. Excuse me. Jeez. A little bit of coughing. Cheers, everybody. But that's one particular use case, and not all my use cases. The Rock, I agree on a larger tablet, but who needs all that and something? Here we go, Aaron. Aaron, you are such a Remarkable fanboy. All right, so moving on. What else we got here? Is there an eInk device that actually handles live meetings well? No, stop it. eInk device, or if I'm wrong, chat, you let me know. eInk device recommendation. Good day, everyone. Good day to you too, sir. Initially, I was planning to pick up a new Surface iPad or Samsung tablet, but wanted to check out eInk scene to see if what's available. I am looking to get into e-readers and was wondering which one you guys would suggest with the following criteria: note taker, e-reader, journaling, productivity, scheduling, to do, etc. Features I am looking for. I would like to get an e-reader from a company that is going to be here. All the good ones are going to be here for a while. Continuous and ongoing updates. If it's Android based, like the most up-to-date Android version. You're pushing it with that request. All the devices get pretty continuous updates though, so updates is not a big criteria. Has to sync with Microsoft Office. Okay, that's most of them. Integrated book reader with the ability to use pen functionality for things like highlights. That's most too. Color screen. Okay, infinite zoom or scroll. It looks like a Remarkable would do this guy some good. Voice recorder. Nope. Here we go. Now you need a Boox. Okay. Not Chinese. I worry about security. Bro, do you know what markets you're in? All the makers are Chinese. There are no American-based like makers for eInk. Is there? Nah, the big three is China and Norway. Where the heck is Ratta? They're China too, right? Yeah, you're out of luck, Ben, bro. Your only choice is a Norwegian device called the Remarkable. He said, I was going to suggest Supernote of iWoods till you got to color. I was going to suggest one of those till he said not Chinese. Now it's Norwegian. Lastly, we got Manta versus Nomad. I have a Supernote Manta. I love the precision of the writing, but the write and feel of the tablet is a bit plasticky due to the screen material. Well, and the body is plastic. I also find my touchscreen to be a bit dull. Have to press a bit harder with fingers. Yeah. I'm thinking about the Nomad. Could anyone contest to the screen sensitivity compared to the writing feel? I also have a Remarkable Paper Pro, which is glass, and I love the right feel on the glass. Not sure if I'll like Nomad too, but maybe likely. I don't know why this thing was hard to read. It's harder to read than most. Manta or Nomad? Just go with the Nomad, bro. If your thought process was one of these devices, then size clearly doesn't matter to you. Go with the Nomad. In my opinion. Unless you're going into a meeting and you don't want to be looked at as artsy, then you go with the Manta. Then you go with the Manta in that case. But that's what I would do. All right. What do we got in the chat here? Thank you guys for joining. Like if you're liking the show so far. Subscribe if you haven't done so thus far. Appreciate that. Helps the channel out a lot. What do you mean by live meetings? I'm definitely used eInk to be virtual whiteboard that we can quick show on a TV or Teams call. Well, what I thought they meant by live meeting, The Rock, was whether you could write what's going on in a meeting and everything be live, like what's going on, like recording, audio, that kind of thing. That's what I took it as. But I could be wrong about that. Then they should definitely increase tariffs to bring that eInk product back to the U.S. Work for everything else. Sarcasm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know. I think what last thing we're talking about? The Nomad or Manta? I think definitely the Manta or the Nomad if you don't care about size. And this guy clearly didn't care about size there. All right, everybody, that's going to be it. That's going to be it for me in the show today. I appreciate everybody for joining me today. Let's get the outro music going. Big up to all the chat crew. Rants About Tech Live, you guys. So if you don't know, we do this Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever. We talk about tech news, talk about eInk news, we talk about random stuff along the way as well. At the top of the show, if you want eInk news, come in about 30 minutes in. We're probably talking about tech news at that point. End of the show, we talk about eInk news. I should probably put a time thing up there and be more consistent with that, but I'll try. Let's get a shout out to the chat crew we got here. We got Dr. Ling, we got The Rock, we got eInk, we got Aaron, we got Rob, we got who else we got here today? We got BM. We also have that was it. I think that's all we had in the chat today. So I appreciate you guys for being here. I really do. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whatever. Could join us. I'll be back here tomorrow, you guys, talking about more tech news for the end of the week. I hope to see you all here. Now, unless you're in the South, this doesn't pertain to you. But if you're anywhere else, stay warm. If you're shoveling, drink water. Take breaks. And until tomorrow, you guys, take care. But why male models?